Morning, students. Yes. Yes, good morning. Manikant, good morning. Sonia, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sheikh, good morning. Artik, good morning. Subham, good morning. Good morning. Hema Darshini, good morning. Ganesh Kumar, good morning. Amol, very good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Ashutosh, good morning. Srikanda, good morning. Bharat, good morning. Manisha, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. I wish you all a very good morning, students. Like, right, here we go. Yeah. Yes, good morning. We'll start, students, like, right, without much, delay. There are a lot of things again. Yesterday, we have been into this chapter yesterday, right? So something of what we call it as like that has to be used in the place of who and which, but which are the areas we have seen that. So one of the areas is that, yesterday we have seen, right? So that is used in preference to who and which in the following areas, like after the adjective in the superlative degree, that's what we have seen. Means see the wisest man, that you have to give preference to that. After the words, there are some words to be reminded. We also have to activate that. And you see that, for example, like all which, yeah, that, for example, we have seen that. Those students who have raised their hands, I'll come back to you. All which, yeah, that glitters is not gold. So like words like all, same, the only, nothing, right? So these are the words that we have seen yesterday, students. Like now here we go, number 4. We continue to do that. Okay, number 4. I think next page also is number 4 only, right? Yeah, number 4. After the, I'll come back afterwards, students. Like those students who have raised their hands, please lower your hands, please. I'll come back afterwards, right? After the interrogative pronouns who, yeah, what. So yesterday I told you that there are two pronouns, and in the place of that we have to activate again who. Who that saw her did not pity her. So you see here now, who that saw her now, who that. So the word that is here now. So let us take care of this word like that. Who that saw her did not pity her, right? Now what is there? Now what? Now who is the pronoun here now, relative pronoun here now, right? Immediately after that you find the word that. Okay, right? What? Now again you find the word what is there that. Now again you find the word that, students. Like now you see the word that. Arjun, please lower your hands. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you afterwards. Now you see that what is there that I do not know. That what is that? Who is that? So some of the areas like after the interrogative pronouns, be reminded, please. So two areas we activate again, like. So there are some negative sentences in English. We need to be a little bit careful, students. Like negative sentences, like negative sentences. I mean to say that double negatives are not permitted. Double negatives. Double negatives. Double negatives are not permitted. So what do you mean by double negatives are not permitted, students? Like I have no education, so only one negative sentence. There is no problem with this one. Like I have no education, you can go on with that sentence, please. I have no education. Right? I have no education. There's no problem. But you see here now, I don't have no education. What is that? I don't have no education. Like negative, negative. Then you may say sometimes are positive. In critical reasoning and all, like sometimes it is possible, but here grammatically speaking, the sentence would go wrong, students. Like so, we should not say I don't have no education. We cannot say I don't have any education. We can say that is accepted. I don't have any education. There is no problem. right? There's a gate question again. It's a gate question like Brutus loved Caesar, positive sentence, so there is no problem with this one now. Supposing sometimes you want to make a negative sentence without changing its meaning. Sometimes this skill we also have to master. Sometimes, there are a lot of sentences in English like changing from active, transformation of sentences, we call them, students. Active to passive, direct to indirect, positive to negative, exclamatory sentences to declarative sentence, interrogative sentences to affirmative sentences. So those are the areas we have to, we need to have some skill about that. So Brutus loved Caesar without changing its meaning. Brutus was not without love for Caesar, which means Brutus loved Caesar is equal to this one. Brutus was not without. Negative is equal to positive, that's all. Are you able to understand, students, now? So Brutus loved Caesar. If you want to get the same meaning and using the negative sentences, meaning does not change. Brutus was, okay, supposing like Brutus was without love for Caesar, which means negative. But if you are using Brutus was not without, not is negative and without also is negative. So negative is equal to positive. So therefore Brutus loved Caesar. Sometimes, I mean, a positive sentence, a negative. Examiners sometimes they give these two negatives and ask you what is the meaning of this one, like. So sometimes look into students like. So sometimes like don't have no education, like no, I don't have any education, we should say. So little bit of care you need to take. Sometimes when you are looking into double negatives are not permitted. Double negatives are not permitted, students, like, right? But take care of these sentences. So in grammatically speaking, double negatives are not permitted. Like, okay, right, now here we go now. Now the word what refers only to things, because we are referring to the relative pronoun, students, like now the word what refers only to things, I said. And the meaning of what is equal to sometimes a thing which, that which, not and which and not but which, but there are words in dictionary, I mean, what we call it as in grammar. What do you mean by and which and but which also? I'll come back to that one, students. So, but the meaning of what is equal to sometimes like thing which and that which. Okay, in the place of what, you can replace the word thing which now. What, for example, you see, what cannot be cured must be endured. Examiners have tested this one. What cannot be cured must be endured, which means that which cannot be cured must be endured. सहना पड़ता है उसको. Double conjunction sometimes, which is not necessary. But in the place of what, that is equal to, right? Now, actually the sentence is like this. That cannot be cured, which must be endured. Actually, that is the sentence actually. So, but in the place of that which cannot be cured must be endured, can be replaced by what? Okay, right. I say what? I mean. I say what I mean. Now, in the place of what, that I can also replace with what we call it as like that. I say that which I mean. I say that which I mean. So take care. Sometimes the word what relative pronoun is equal to thing which, that which. Sometimes they may ask you to replace. So you should know. Suppose the sentence might have been given like this, students, like now. That which cannot be cured must be endured is equal to what? I mean, if there is a question like they may give which cannot be cured must be endured. Maybe like why cannot be cured must be endured. What cannot be cured must be endured. Options A, B, C, D. Right? Work out, please. Right. Very good, students. Now, right. Now the next number, students, like this is number 4 and this is number 5. Number 5 and this is number 6. After 2 or more nouns. What is that? The rule says that what we call it as after 2 or more nouns. There may be 2 or more nouns in the given sentence, like what we have to see. Let us see now. After 2 or more nouns. One denoting a person. So in that sentence, one noun is denoting a person and the other indicating an animal or a thing. In such situations, what shall we use now? Should we go with who person because we use the word relative pronoun who, and the animal and thing sometimes we use the word which. But let us see. For example, let us see. Here is an example. So it's like let us see. The boy and his dog. Now I have to refer some relative pronoun now. How would I refer now? To boy, I have to use the word who, but dog, I have to use the word which. So can I give two relative pronouns? Not possible. That's what I said. When there are two or more nouns indicating, actually, it's a great question again. One of the yes, it's appeared. So after two or more nouns, one denoting a person and the other indicating an animal or a thing, preference again has to be given to what we call it as students like now. That is the right one now. You cannot use the word which. You cannot use the word who here now. So the boy who were the boy and his dog who were crossing the road. Then what about animal then? Supposing you say the boy and his dog which were crossing the road. Then what about the person? In such confusions again we recourse to the word that students like. So these 6 areas try to know please. So I think very important actually. Where do we activate the word that? Actually, that means something specific. That means something like is equivalent to the article the. That is what we have to master students like now. Very good. So this is how we go with the relative pronouns. Like here we go. Just now I told you and which, but which. Double conjunctions. When are they permitted? One conjunction will join the next sentence. But when do we go with the double conjunction, students like now, right? So and itself is a conjunction, which also is a conjunction which is doing the work, but is a conjunction which also is doing the work. Like so, and is what we call it as a plus, and but is negative actually. So means positive and negative sentences. Like let us see. Very simple rule, students. You need to understand. When do we activate the word? And itself joins two sentences. Now, very good. Which also joins two sentences maximum. That is what we have seen so far. This for your convenience sake. And joins two sentences. Which joins two sentences. But when do we use the word and which? Minimum there should be 3 sentences. Minimum there should be 3 sentences. Minimum requirement is 3 sentences. And the subject of every sentence should be one and the same. You are referring. The third sentence of the subject has to refer to the second sentence of the subject and the first sentence. Which subject cannot be changed. Some subject should remain same, one and the same. In such a situations, we activate and which and but which. Here we go. He possessed. He possessed a sandalwood table. He possessed now, just for your convenience sake now. So this is subject and possessed is what we call it as a verb now. Sandalwood table. Here it is one sentence now. Is joining one sentence. Which means what now? Sandalwood table now, which is referring to sandalwood table now. Okay. There is no problem. Like. So this is subject here and which was again verb here now. There is second sentence. Which was of excellent workmanship. 2 sentences are over. Now the third sentence. And which, now you see here, now the word and which now. The word is coming here now. And which, the third sentence now. So I'll number them also if you want. So this is one sentence. This is second sentence. And this is what we call it as the third sentence now. And which had been in his family. Now what is that which had been and which had been family? That's sandalwood. This which is referring again to this one now, this one. And which had been in his family for generations. In such situations, we activate the mode and which. Minimum requirement is 3 sentences. Don't activate the word and which for 2 sentences. The subject should be one and the same. Subject should be same. Subject of all the sentences. should remain same. Okay, please read it, you will understand better. Like, okay, and which. Now, but which. Now, for example, again, there should be three sentences, and the third sentence will be in contradiction to the second sentence. That's all. That is the meaning of but which, students. Like, again, let me just look into the next sentence. He has a wardrobe of wonderful carving. He is the subject, has is the verb now, a wonderful of wardrobe carving now. And which has been, subject, has been in the family for generations, like verb now. So the how many sentences are here now? So therefore one sentence, and this is what we call it as a second sentence, and he has activated the word and which means the sentence is wrong. So two sentences you cannot generate. It should be like this. He has a wardrobe of wonderful carving, which has been in the family for generations. Only which has to be activated. That's and cannot be activated here. One conjunction is sufficient to join two sentences. Similarly, let me also just check with this sentence also. Now, there is the subject here. And which do what we call it as the verb me to drink with him, but which I declined now. Now, what we call it as now. I is the subject here, and declined is the verb now. And there are only two sentences here. That's all. This is one sentence, and this is second sentence now. One sentence, and this is second sentence. And two sentences, how can you activate the word but which? They wished me to drink with him, but I declined, which is not necessary here. Two sentences you cannot use but which and which. Minimum requirement is three sentences. So and which and but which, please take care. Please take care. So the last one is contradicting. So therefore I have not used the word and, but I have used the word they wished me to drink with him, but I declined. Are you able to understand, students, now? So sometimes you need to work out with what we call it as students now. Now we'll go with the next one, restrictive relative clause and non-restrictive relative clauses. Like here we go. So what is restrictive and what we call it as non-restrictive, students now? So this also is a gate question, I should say. All have been tested already because, as I told you, 28 papers of gate. So every year they search for questions, what kind of questions that we should go about that. They're searching for questions, students. Like here we go. So restrictive relative clause and non-restrictive relative clause. So what is this restrictive? RRC, restrictive relative clause and non-restrictive relative clause. Forget about the definitions, please. So we activate under RRC expressions like who we can activate, which we can activate. That also is activated. Where? Under restrictive relative clause. Under non-restrictive relative clause, we have to activate only who and which, but there is no word called that there. Did you get the difference first of all? Try to get the difference, please. Under restrictive relative clause, these three are used. Non-restrictive, only two are activated, students. Under restrictive relative clause, the word who is equal to that, which is equal to that, which means when you are using the word person, we can also use the expression that also. And when you are using which for animal or anything, we can also activate that. Both are accepted. Accepted. So who is equal to that and which is equal to that, which means we can replace it. Which means we can replace it, please. So students who have raised their hands, please lower your hands. I'll come back. Yeah, some students have joined. Blue color, here and there only I'm trying to use, but I'll use again. If it's not clear, I'll try to use. I'll change the color, don't worry. Those students who have joined today, please try to be in touch with the admin department, please. Definitely they will arrange the classes again. So don't worry about that. Right? Yeah, you will be taken into account. Nothing like that will be left out, please. Definitely. Last time I think I started somewhere and I left in the middle somewhere, and again I have to start. And I don't know whether your class or some others. I had to start from the beginning again. Like so, those students who might have joined today, don't get puzzled. Don't worry about yourself, sir. I have lost my classes and all. Like nothing will happen, right? Classes will be arranged for you. Also, don't worry about that. Sometimes they may ask you to sit with the other batch students. Like sometimes, okay. So don't worry about that, students now. So right, very good now. Right. Some students have asked me they have joined today itself. So those students who joined today, don't worry, students, don't worry, right? You will be provided. You will be provided with. So I have to continue my session. I'll be continuing to that slide. Now these students who have come today, don't ask me, sir, what have you started? Just to review and not review. Also, it's very difficult for me because already now I think 20 hours. So just wait. You will get the classes. Just try to understand. Even if you don't understand, leave it, please. Okay. Right. Very good. So here we go now. Now restrictive and non-restrictive students like now, right? So the word who is equal to that and which is equal to that. Okay, right. Now let me just say what is restrictive. You try to understand the word. You're restricting something. Non-restrictive, you're not restricting. That is the meaning of that. Okay, right. Let us see. My brother, you see one example here. My brother, who ya that is a doctor, is in America. You see the next sentence? My brother, comma, who is a doctor, comma, is in America. There is some slight change from the first to the second. What is the change that you find here now? You find a comma has been introduced here. That's all. The word who is equal. Now looking at this sentence, you can tell me what kind of sentences they are now. My brother, who ya that? Means since that is there, this is restrictive relative clause, we call it as. Okay. Since there is word only who here, and I call this one as non-restrictive relative clause. Okay. Did you get that first, please? So I can also wipe out to the word who, and I can just keep the word that. Both are okay there. You can also use the word who, you can also use the word that. But in non-restrictive, we have not activated the word that. So what is the meaning of this sentence? My brother who, yeah, that is a doctor, is in America. First, I'll explain. I'll ask you maybe the meaning of the second one. It's very simple. That means particular. I told you that. It's always, all right. My brother who, yeah, that is a doctor, is in America, which means what I have to tell you is that maybe this fellow has 1, 2, 3 brothers. My brother who, yeah, that is a doctor, is in America. He has 3 brothers. One among them, what is that? One among them is a doctor. One among them is a doctor, and that fellow is in America. What did you do now? Among the 3, you are limiting to somebody. You are pointing to somebody. There are 3. You are pointing to one. So which means you are restricting, or in other words, I call it, you are limiting somebody to something. Limiting. You are limiting. You are limiting to somebody. So there are 3 people here. I mean, 3 brothers. Only one fellow is a doctor and is in America. That is the meaning of this sentence. My brother, who is a doctor, is in America without commas. Restrictive. Yeah, my brother, that is a doctor, is in America, which means I have to understand this fellow has at least 2, 3 brothers. And only one among them is a doctor, as in America. That is the meaning here now. Okay, right. Very good. What is non-restrictive relative clause, students, like now? So non-restrictive relative clause, non-restrictive, which means not limiting. You're not limiting. Maybe this fellow has only one brother. Maybe this fellow has what? Only one brother. And he's a doctor. And he's in America. There's no question of limiting there. So my brother, comma, who is a doctor, comma, is in America. Supposing he has two brothers and two brothers are in America, then again the same issue again like. So this fellow is a doctor and this fellow also is in America. Then what is my brothers who are doctors are in America, we say. Which means I understand what we call it as like. Yeah, first one is that my brother who is a doctor is in America, means I understand he has only one brother, that's all. There is no restriction. I am not limiting to, he has one, that's all. Okay, he has two brothers and two are in America, then where is the question of limiting? I am not limiting somebody. But the first sentence you see, that is a doctor, which means he has three brothers or he has four brothers. And one among them is what we call it as now. Very good. I've just given you one sentence to you. My father, that is a schoolmaster, is 50 years old. My father, that is a doctor, is 50 years old now. What is the meaning of this sentence? Can someone raise your hand and tell me now what is the meaning of this sentence? Like my father, that is a schoolmaster, is 50 years old. Anyone? What is the meaning of this sentence now? If you have understood what is restrictive and non-restrictive. Restrictive means that fellow has 3-4 brothers and we are limiting to one fellow. Are you able to understand, students? That is the meaning of restrictive. Non-restrictive, maybe he has only one brother, he is in America. Or maybe he has two brothers and two are in America. And you have to introduce the word comma. That is the meaning there now. Yes. Try please somebody. What is the meaning of this sentence now? What is the meaning of this sentence? My father, that is a schoolmaster, is 50 years old. No one in the class? Srikanth, yes. Srikanth Reddy, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Tell me, Bete, what is the meaning of this sentence? My father, that is a schoolmaster, is 50 years old. What is the meaning of this sentence?
It is giving the meaning of restrictive relative clause.
Okay, very good. I understand. So first thing what you told me, sir, it is in the restrictive relative clause. Very good. So far, so good. Very good. What is the meaning of that sentence?
It gives a kind of meaning that among 3-4 fathers, one of the father. And one more meaning, only one father. And
how can it be one father? What you told me, first one is that, sir, he has many fathers and one of the fathers is a schoolmaster. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Very good, Srikanth. I'll come back to you, Srikanth. Like, good. So you got the explanation of that one now. Let me also check with some others also. Good. Very good. Mano Srinivas.
Yes, sir. It is a restricted.
No, your friend Srikanth said, sir, he has many fathers. One
Yes,
among
sir.
them. What do you say?
I think that there is no comma. So one father, he has a father and he is a schoolmaster with 50 years old.
So how many fathers he has?
So one father.
Okay, Srinivas, I'll come back to you. Good. I'll come back to you. Very good. Let me see. Anusha.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Anusha.
Sir, this is relative to non-restrictive relative.
This is non-restrictive?
I think, sir.
Why I think? Come on, look at the table, please. Look at the screen. See, non-restrictive relative clause, there is only word who and which. But there is a word here, that is here now. You see here, that.
Yes, 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 yes,
Then,
sir.
then this is restrictive clause.
Okay,
So
sir.
what is the meaning of this sentence now?
My father is the one sentence. That is a schoolmaster is another. It
Hmm,
is at the age of 50 years old is
hmm.
he is working at schoolmaster as at the age of 50 years old, sir.
So that is the meaning that you are getting.
Yeah, sir.
Srinivas said, your friend said, sir, he has many fathers.
No, sir.
Huh?
No.
So he has 4 fathers and he is referring to one of the fathers.
No, sir.
Okay, Anusha, I'll come back to you. Right, good, good.
Okay.
Imtiaz.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Imtiaz.
Sir, in this it's a restricted.
Definitely it is restrictive relative clause. I
Yes,
want
sir.
the meaning of this sentence.
Sir, there is a father means it's not a parents. Other than parents means fathers.
Yeah,
Sir,
yeah, good.
my father means it's not our parents, sir.
Uh,
It's maybe other means Jesus also is father like that. Like
okay, in church there are many fathers.
yes, sir. It's
In
referring
church
to.
there are many fathers. Very good.
It's referring to in that church we have one of father is a schoolmaster.
One of the fathers. Okay.
Yes, sir.
चर्च में कम से कम 5 फादर हैं, उनमें से एक फादर. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, Imtiaz. Very good. I'll come back to you. Good. I'll come back to you. Yogesh.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Yogesh.
Yes, sir. Here he has more than one father. So
Yes,
he's
he has
referring
more than
to-
one father. So one among them is a schoolmaster. Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes.
absolutely. I'll go with that. Let me see. Let me check with the last 1 or 2 candidates. Let me see. I'm getting wonderful explanations. All are telling, sir, उसको कम से कम 3 फादर है, 4 फादर है, उसमें से एक फादर. Very good. Ashwant Kumar.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Ashwant.
Sir, here the word that is referred to who, sir?
Okay. That is
So-
equal to who? No doubt about that. Yes, yes.
And in restrictive.
Because it is in the restrictive, you see, who is equal to that? Yes or no? Right?
Yes, sir. So then it will be my father, who is a schoolmaster, is 50 years. It will be referring to only single person over there, sir.
Only single person, no double persons here.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
I mean, you want to say, yes, sir, there is only one father there, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, Ashwant. I'll come back to you. Good, Ashwant. Right. Musadik.
Yes, sir. Good
Good
morning.
morning, Musadik. Good morning, Bete. Come on, tell me, Bete. What is the meaning of this sentence?
I think, sir, his father means in his family, more than one person's are schoolmaster.
Okay, very good.
But his father is a school. He particularly indicating the father is a schoolmaster. He is
So there
50
are-
years old.
Okay, there are others also. Maybe a schoolmasters, but father
Means
is
a grandfather or
okay. I got it now. I got it. Like, very good, Musadik. Good. Right. Wonderful explanations. Like most of them have given me. Well, now I'll go with the explanation. Like you may not digest with the sentence the meaning. Like absolutely right. The sentence says it is in the restrictive relative clause. वो यही कह रहा है कि उसको कम से कम 4 फादर है उसको. He has 4 fathers. The sentence meaning is like that. And one among them is what we call it as for a school master and is 50 years old, right? But sometimes, can you accept such kind of sentences? That fellow has 4 fathers, this fellow has 5 fathers. So the meaning of the sentence, if you do, we should not make such kind of sentences like. We generally have only one father to take care of us, right? That is Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father means God the Father, we call it as. But this sentence gives us the meaning of normal fathers. Like in one family, there are 5 fathers. How can we say? We should not say. So, we should not say such kind of sentences actually. We should not say. How it is possible, man, like that? He has 4 fathers. One among them is a schoolmaster. No, you cannot have one of the fathers. Right? Church, it is okay. Someone just now told me, sir, in church, yes, there are 4 or 5 fathers. And you can say that, one of the fathers. Yes, that's it. That's spiritual fathers. And the sentence here, it is biological fathers. Right? Biological fathers, only one man, not many, like, right? So therefore, we should not say such sentences. But what we should say, we can say like this. My father, comma, supposing, okay, no comma, let me just not use the word comma. My father, who is a schoolmaster, is 50 years old. My father, who is a schoolmaster, is 50 years old now. I just want to ask anyone, what is the meaning of this sentence? You can raise your hands, please. What is the meaning of this sentence? My father, who is a schoolmaster, is 50 years old. Anyone in the class? Imtiaz, what is the meaning of this sentence?
Sir, it's a non-restrictive relative class, sir.
It is in the non-restrictive relative class, which means what did you understand here now?
It's referring only our parent,
Only
father,
one father,
father.
right?
Yes, sir.
Imtiaz, I'll come back to you. Right, good. Anil,
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
good morning, Anil.
Sir, my father, who is a schoolmaster, is 50 years old, is a non-restrictive relative clause, sir.
Okay, very good.
Meaning is here who refers the my father, sir.
Which means how many fathers the sentence tells? One father or 2 fathers? Because earlier sentence you find that fellow has 4 fathers and one among them is one father is a schoolmaster. And other father is a businessman. And one more is a bureaucrat. And other father is a politician. That is what the first meaning of the sentence. Now, second sentence. My father, who is a schoolmaster, is 50 years old. Any idea? Anil, I'll come back to you. Good. What you have given is, I accept that. Bhaskar.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Bhaskar. What is the meaning of this sentence you just tell me now?
Non-restrictive, sir, but single father, sir.
Single father.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
That is-
Bhaskar. Okay. Right. I'll come back to you. Right, Bhaskar. Right. Sriram.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sriram.
Sir, if I'm not wrong, this is a restrictive one, sir. Restrictive relative clause because you are not using any comma.
Also, yes, this is also restrictive relative clause. This is also restrictive relative clause. You know why? Who is equal to that? That's what I have gone here now.
Then it is also like
It
there
is
are
also
some.
the same meaning
Yes.
of the previous sentence. It is also the same meaning of the previous sentence, which means what we call it as like this fellow also has 4 fathers and one among them. Did you understand? Very good, Sriram.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's all we have to work out carefully, little bit of. Others, you can lower your hands, please. Now I'll come back to you, students. Like good explanation. This sentence also is nothing but the restrictive relative clause. So the sentence also is telling that he has 4 fathers. And if you want to say that fellow has only one father, then what we have to do is we have to introduce comma here. Comma here. Then this is going to be non-restrictive relative clause, which means this fellow has only one father. Only one father. Take care, please. Take care, please. Right? Sometimes that don't use commas, please. Who means I understood. It means it's in the non-restrictive relative clause. He has only one father. But these are all gate question, students. People didn't understand in the beginning what are all these like. Whether they have introduced a comma or not. If they have introduced a comma, it is in the non-restrictive relative clause, which means he has only one. we are not limiting to somebody. But if there is no comma, which means we are limiting. Among many, few, not doesn't mean one, only one. Among many, few also is a problem. Few also, which we are limiting to few. Right, students, like very good. Time permits, I'll come with a few more questions of this kind. You will understand better, right? Now we'll go with the correlative conjunction chapter, students. Now correlatives. Sorry, not correlatives. This is what we call it as relative pronoun itself. Again, relative pronoun. Last time I told you, the word has and the word but also. The word has and what we call it as the but. Both are relative pronouns like. So the word as can be written as same as, such as, same that, such that, such expressions like, right? You see here now, he is such a man as I honor. Now, let us work out with this one, students, like very quick manner. Let us say now, he is subject here and is his verb here and the sentence breaks here. I is the subject here and honor is the verb now. So this is one clause and this is another clause here now. Okay, right, very good now. And if there are two clauses, what is the ultimate conclusion? That as is doing the work of here now, conjunction. First of all, try to understand this word now. It is doing the work of conjunction there, as. Now, since it is what we call it as is a conjunction, but as is also relating to the word a man, as of whom, this man. So in one sense, this is a relative pronoun because it is referring to what we call it. Since already there is a subject now, automatically this one will become object, students, like now. This becomes object there in one sense because there is already subject there now. So the word as is a relative pronoun, students, like now, right? He played with the same bat as I did. He played with the same bat as I did. He played with the same bat that I did now. Now you see the difference here now. Only the difference is same as, same that. Now what is the difference between same as and same that? Are they one and the same? Or what we call it as like, is it different now? There is some slight difference, students, like now. He played with the same bat as I did. He played with the same bat that I did now. So one of the sentences has two bats and one of the sentences has only one bat. So which sentence has two bats here now? Someone in the class? Rupesh? Which sentence has two bats? Rupesh?
He played with the same bat as I did. So second sentence.
He played with the same bat that I did.
Yes, sir.
So there are two sentences here. One of the sentences literally says that there are two bats, different bats.
That I did one bat and first one double bat.
Let me also check, Rupesh, with others also. Very good. Let me also check with others. Nistala.
So as you said, that is like a particular one. So that will be one bat and as well.
Yes. Very good. Very good. Very good, Chaitanya. Right. I'll come back to you. Musadik.
Yes, sir. Second one is a one bat.
Very
Same
good.
that. And first one is a mini bat.
That's two bats. Very good. Very good. Right. I'll come back to you. Aarti.
Yes, sir. The sentence same as will refer to two bats. Whether the sentence same that means one specific which will refer to
Specific. Right, very good. I'll come back to you. Ashwant Kumar.
Yes, sir. That is referred to only one particular bat, sir. Whereas same bat as I did
Very
was
good.
like
Right.
multiple, sir.
Absolutely, absolutely. Which means now I'm able to grasp you students like, well, see the class, well, ample of time is being given to you. I think definitely you will really cut a very, very good figure in the examinations. Like these are all, these are gate questions. These are all, right? Wonderful. Like, so most of them have given me absolutely the right explanation, students like now, right? So first of all, let me just work out with this one, students like now. He played with the same bat as I did now. So what does it has pointed out, as many have pointed out, sir, that simply says what we call it as like, right. So here, what we call it as like, there are two people, I should say. He played with the same bat as I did now. So let me just categorize. There is one person called he, and what we call it as I, students like now, right? Now, with the same means I have to give the same bat now. Okay, so both are playing with what we call it as like, what we call it as the same. So maybe that is what we call it as the same brand. Let me use the word same brand. Now, what is the same brand? That is what we call it as the bat, students like, right? So therefore, same brand. So if I use the word what we call the same brand, let me call it as MRF maybe. So he played with the same bat as I did now, which means like that is the same brand. Brand is what? MRF, which means I have one bat, he has one bat, then I also have one bat now. Are you able to understand, students? So that is the meaning of what we call it as like, which means the meaning of the sentence is of the same kind. Of the same kind. Are you able to understand? Of the same kind of. Now the next sentence says, again, there are two people here now, what we call it as like he, and then what we call it as I. Again, what is the same, but again, there is a meaning is what we call it as like, again, like same brand. Same brand MRF, maybe let me call it as like same brand MRF. Okay, right. That what we call it as like. So here he has one bat here now, what we call it as like, sorry. And I have to show one more bat here now. Sorry. So he played with the bat and I also played with the bat earlier, like yes, but here it is only what we call it as only one bat. So which means he played with this bat. After playing with this bat again, I also played with this bat. That is the meaning of this sentence now. But whereas in earlier sentence, students, like there are two bats. Literally, there are two bats. So this is one bat, and there is one more, what we call it as one more bat, students now. So he played with this bat, and with the same brand MRF also he possesses. That is the meaning of he played with the same bat. As I did, he played with the same bat that I did. So there is sometimes difference. Right, what students now? Now let us see what we call it as like, we'll see. Now, we'll go with the word but also, students, like now, but as is the word, and again, we can also use the word but also. I'm taking it both the words like as and but also, both as relative pronouns now, but. But is a relative pronoun now. There is none but will agree with me. So the expression but precedes sometimes a negative words, students, like the negative words. There is none but will agree with me. So what is the meaning of but in such kind of sentences like preceding negatives? But is equivalent to who not? But is equivalent to, if you are referring to animals and things, which not? Try to recognize this formula, please. But is equal to who not? But is equal to which not? So what is the meaning of this sentence? Like there is none but will agree with me. There is none. It is equivalent to what we call it as like the sentence. If I divide like but will agree with me is equal to, but will agree with me is equal to who will not agree with me, actually. That is the meaning, like but will agree with me, but will agree with me is equal to who will not agree with me, who will not agree with me. And if you bring again the previous sentence, students, like now, there is none, plus you are adding them, what we call it as like now, there is none There is none, but will agree with you is equal to who will not agree with me, which means the full sentence will be there is none who will not agree with me. Then again is equal to what is the meaning of this one now? There is none. Try to understand, please. There is none, but will agree with me. But will agree with me is equal to who will not agree with me. And if you join the complete sentence, there is none who will not agree with me is equal to everyone will agree with me. That is the meaning. How? Negative plus negative, negative plus negative is equal to positive. So therefore, there is none but will agree with me is equal to everyone will agree with me. That is the meaning of the sentence. So negative plus negative is equal to plus positive. So therefore, that is the meaning of this sentence. Now, right? Sometimes GATE also has tested such kind of questions like that. See, as sometimes does the work of conjunction, and there's a word what we call it as a like preposition now. Okay, just for timing, I'm trying to say, but as also can be preposition also. But let us take it as so, which means the role of the parts of speech that particular word should play. If it is conjunction, it should do the work of conjunction. It should not do the work of preposition. Like is a preposition, it should not do the work of conjunction like. So therefore, you need to work out very carefully such kind of sentences. Now, come, let us see. As my brother. Now, my brother is something like subject there now. Okay, let me call it as subject. That's all. There's no verb there. Or I call this one as phrase. Sometimes, okay, let me call this one as a phrase. Okay. Mohan, there is subject here. Then aged, what we call it as a verb now. Aged means ranked first, aged. So subject to verb now, which means this is one clause. And you're activating the word has here. Which means what are you trying to tell me now? You are trying to join two. Now what now? They should be of the same like terms. They should be like terms. If it is a clause, this also should be clause. Ram and Mohan now. So Ram is one word, Mohan is one word. You are joining two words, there is no problem. The same unit, I call it as like terms. But here there are unlike terms. How can you join phrase with a clause? You can join like this. Phrase plus phrase, it's okay, no problem. Join. Clause plus clause, it is okay. Word plus word, it is okay. But phrase plus clause, phrase plus word, no, you cannot do that. Because as is conjunction there. Therefore, the sentence is wrong. Little work you have to work out, please. Like my brother, this is what we call it as like subject, or let me call it as a phrase. Mohan is the subject there, aged is the verb now. This is one clause. And like is what? Preposition. Preposition should come before nouns only. This is not joining. Absolutely, this is sentence is right. Like my brother, Mohan aged the test. So like is doing the work of what here now? Preposition here now, preposition. And as is doing the work of what here now? Conjunction it is doing. But you cannot join conjunction, phrase plus clause, it is not possible. So the first sentence is phrase plus clause is not possible. Like is a preposition, comes before noun, so there is no harm with that. Very good. Let me see. My brother is the subject here, and did is the verb here now, so therefore this is termed as one clause. Mohan is the subject here, aged is the verb here, right? So therefore this is one clause here now. So this is one clause, and what we call it, this is called, there are two clauses. And two clauses have to be joined. So therefore, as is the conjunction here now, therefore the sentence is absolutely right. This is absolutely right. As is joining two clauses. My brother is the subject and did is the verb now. So subject and verb, we term it as a clause. Mohan is the subject and is this the verb, and this is also clause. How two clauses can be joined by a preposition now. Like is a preposition here. So therefore the sentence is wrong. Work out, please. Work out sometimes. This is very, very important, students like, and I have seen a lot of areas how they test these ones. So you need to know whether this is doing the work of conjunction or this is doing the work of what we call it as that also we should do. No, students like now. At the same time, sometimes you'll find here, he works like a librarian. He works as a librarian now. Here like is a preposition. Here has is a preposition. Both are right, but the meanings are different. He likes like a librarian means in the mannerism. He works as a librarian, profession. Meanings change. Okay. So sometimes work out with these ones and see how we can go with these ones, students like, okay, right? Now we'll go with the next chapter, students like indefinite pronoun, indefinite. So what is this indefinite pronoun? There are a lot of questions from this bit. I'll go with a few of them, students like, right? So today we also have to complete the indefinite pronoun and the subject verb agreement, that is pronoun agreement also. That is also I have to look into that one now. Okay, let us see now. So we'll see something indefinite pronouns. Right. So here we go. And expect that there are a lot of questions that appeared from this bit, students. As I told you, 28 subjects they have to test. So which means they search for questions. So I'll continue to write down, students like now, right? Let me just, it's very easy chapter. I thought of explaining this one now. So there is one thing like what we call it as like something like one must do his duty. Now we need to find out some errors here. Now straight away, let us look at this question, students. Now one must do his duty. The sentence will be wrong. The rule is when you are activating one, it has to be again introduced by once. That is the meaning of this. So one must do what we call it as like one must do one's duty. So therefore, the word one must do his duty, American language expects, but we have to use it as one must do once. Once duty we have to say. So take care of the expression, students, like one, once. It has to be repeated again, like very good. Now I'll just go with like, come on, let us say now. Maybe supposing I say one must use his best efforts. One must use his best efforts if he wishes succeed. One must use his best efforts if he wishes to succeed. Absolutely, the sentence is wrong, students, like now, first of all. So take care of the expression, what we call it as like now, indefinite pronoun. What is indefinite? One person. Which person? One person, some person. I am not referring to. That's why it's called indefinite. So the word one is a pronoun actually. Indefinite pronoun is because it is in the place of noun. It's in the place of noun like so. Now you see here now one must use his best efforts. No, one must use one's best efforts if one wishes to succeed. Like one must use one's best efforts if one wishes to succeed. Take care, students, like GATE, and moreover, many of the competitive exams you find such kind of questions like number 2. Come on, here we go. The expression none. None of his poems None of his poems are well known. The expression none is indefinite pronoun. I am concerned about his indefinite pronoun, students, like, no, right? So none of his poems, like the expression none takes both singular at the same time plural. Okay, it takes something like singular and plural, but what occasions it takes singular and what occasions it takes plural? Now that's what we have to remember. See the word none of his poems, like none of, like none. After of expression, we don't take into consideration. You remember last time? Of phrases have not to be taken into consideration, which means the expression is none is well known. Would be say none are well known. It is also right. But if an examiner has asked you to choose one, then you need to rely on this one now. Which one? Of expression. That of expression, is it countable noun or is it uncountable noun? It is countable noun because poems are counted. Therefore, the option that you have to choose is are, not his. Both it takes, none the expression takes both. But we also have to see whether it is countable nouns or what we call it as uncountable nouns. You will understand with one more example, students, like now. Supposing I make one more sentence like none of the wine is are left. As you know, students, like now the expression none takes both what we call it as a singular and plural expression, like, right? You can go with either is or we can go with or. But if your examiner asks you to choose one, then how would you choose? And what would you choose, students, now? Are you able to understand now? So therefore, here again we have to rely on the what? What we have to rely? Of expression we have to rely. And what is the of expression now? This is uncountable nouns. Uncountable noun. Wine is uncountable noun. So therefore, uncountable nouns are singular now. So therefore, the right expression is none is left. We have to say not or. That's what I have given. Both the examples I have generated, like none takes both plural, it takes a singular. But if it is plural, it should be countable noun. If it is singular, it should be uncountable noun. Are you able to understand, students, now? Very good. So there are some expressions in English, students, like I'll just go with that. So frequently students make a lot of mistakes, like, but you should know those expressions, students, like expressions like most of, many of, a great many of, if you want to use the word a great many, variety of, plenty of, okay, plenty of, a lot of, majority of, minority of, minority of. If you look into all these words, the formula is very, very clear, students, like now. If it is countable noun, if you are using these expressions with the countable noun, you have to use what we call it as a plus plural verb we have to use. If they are countable nouns. And with these expressions, if you go with the uncountable nouns plus singular verb we have to use. So these expressions need to be taken well care. Like most of, all these questions have been raised almost, like plenty of, variety of, majority of, depends on whether it is the next expression of expression is countable or what we call it as uncountable. That is what has to be taken into account, students, like. Now I'll just go with one or two examples so that we'll understand, like most of the students is are absent. So most of the students now, it's very, very clear now because it is countable noun. So therefore we have to activate are itself, like most of the students are absent, we can say. Supposing I make the same expression like most of the work has have been done. Most of the work has have been done. Definitely here work is of the students is countable noun and of the work is uncountable noun. So therefore not plural, but it has to be is singular. So what have you used here now? Plural. And what have you used here now? Singular. So most of the work has been done. So some expressions again examiners can come with, for example, like they may use the word a lots of. No, this expression is wrong. We should say a lot of. Then why again yes expression here now? So that expression is wrong, students. Like a lots of is wrong. But we can say something like a lot of. This expression is okay, students, like now, right? Then we can also say something like lots of. Also we can say that is also right expressions like. So don't use when it is plural a, don't use, students, like now, right? Supposing I make a sentence like, for example, a lot of people are standing in a queue. A lot of people are standing in a queue, we can say a lot of water has been have been wasted. Look at these two sentences, students, like now, right? Right. So we can say a lot of people are standing in a queue. Absolutely right sentence, because a lot of expression and are followed like a lot of water is, and here it is the countable noun. This is the people is countable noun and water is uncountable noun now. A lot of water has. You see the difference? One is a plural here, the other one is a singular here. Depends on the expressions. What expressions you try to take it as. So work out, please. Work out, please. There is one more expression, students, like this is number 2, number 3. Sorry, number 3. There's an expression I found frequently in the exam, and GATE also has tested this question also. Many a student is here are absent. Now, the moment you see the word many, then you tend to think, sir, it should be plural like. But again, you see here now the expression is many a expression. If it is many expression, the following noun should be always a singular noun. It cannot be many students. Because of the expression a here, it has to be singular. Many a student, we have to say is, it cannot be are. Many a student is absent, which means the meaning is many students are absent. Many students are absent. That is the meaning, students, like now. Okay, very good. Like many students are absent. That's what the meaning like. So take care of this expression. GATE has already tested this expression also, number 4. So what is number 4, students, like now? Again, this is a GATE question again. I'm not writing. You want me to write? I'll write now. This is a GATE question now. Okay, GATE questions. These are all GATE questions, please. Right. This is also last year question. A large number of students likes mathematics. A large number of students likes mathematics. The number of students The number of students like here likes. Mathematics. So just let me scrape this one now, just for your convenience sake. Let me not use the word a large number of. Our idea is between a number of and the number of. What is the significant difference between a number of and what we call the number of students like now? Take care. A number of is always what we call it as expression is a plural expression, plural. The number of is a singular expression. So a number of students like, because like is plural here now, like. This is, so this is plural here, plural. The number of students, since it is singular, then we have to use the expression likes. It cannot be like. Now, why this difference, students? Like now, the number is something taken as a complete unit there. Complete one unit there, students. So therefore, I have to say that the number of students like mathematics, a number of students, the number of students likes mathematics, that is singular, and a number of students like, because a number expression is plural, the number expression is what we call it as a singular, because you're trying to something specific. You're trying to say something about specific as one unit maybe. So in that sense, students like you need to, right, very good now. Now number 5, just allow me to go a little further, students like number 5 now. All the students, the expression like sometimes we all the students like, yeah, likes mathematics. The expression is very clear. All here it is plural. Your verb also will be plural. So therefore, all the students like mathematics, we have to say the expression all, because there is one expression students now, right? In the same way, there's another expression also, something like what we call it as all of the students. Now, what is the difference like all of the students like? All of the students like, yeah, likes mathematics. So the difference is nothing, students, like when you are using the word all of the students, which means you are emphasizing something, like in other words, like you are emphasizing, emphasize as group, but the verb will be the same, students, like now all is plural. Your verb also will be plural here now, so therefore it cannot be like here now. So all of the students like mathematics. Okay, that's good. So that is how we try to understand so this you are able to understand now. Now we'll go with the one more word, students, like now, right? So number 6 now. Most of the questions have appeared, students, like somebody. There is an expression word because somebody, anybody, right? Somebody has, because indefinite pronoun. No? Somebody has, yeah, have stolen my watch. So the expression somebody means it is always singular itself. So singular, your verb also will be singular. Therefore, it cannot be have. Somebody has stolen my watch, students, like, okay, right. Last expression, let me see. Number 7, more than expression. More than one accident. More than one accident has, yeah, have taken. More than one accident has, yeah, have taken place, students, like. So the expression you see more than, the moment you come across more than one accident, then tend to think it is plural. No, but we should not go with the expression more than place. You have to go with one accident. One accident is a singular. Your verb also should be singular. So therefore, more than one accident has taken place, we should say. Don't go with more than now. More than is what? It is adjectives. Adjectives does not have singular and plural concept. So one accident, noun. One accident has taken place. That's what we have to say. So work out such kind of indefinite pronoun, students. Like such chapter is very, very important. And most of the queries I have come with the right. There's a last expression. I just forgot that. Then we'll also use this one and then move with one last bit, that is the subject, well, the noun pronoun agreement, students. Like here we go. So there's one expression. Let me finish it up. That one also. Number 8, expression each. I'll also talk about the word each student because it's a gate question now. Each student did his, their best. Always be reminded, the word each is always a singular. Definitely your one verb or pronoun that refers also should be singular. It cannot be plural, students. Now each student did his best, we have to say. Each student did his best, we have to say, right? Wonderful. Now, so expression sometimes, that is how we go with the indefinite pronoun, students, like now, right? Right, just 1 minute. So if you have any doubts so far in this indefinite pronoun, please raise your hands just before going to the pronoun agreement now. Subject, verb, pronoun agreement. If you have any doubts, come on, let me see that. If you have any doubts, you can raise your hands. Yes, let me just see. Mano Srinivas has some doubt. Yes, Bete, come and ask me now. What is your doubt?
What will be the answer for each of the students, his or so last example, sir.
Last example, 1 minute.
Each of the student did their best. So that
very
will
good,
be
very good now. So when you are using the word each, we have to use the word singular only, okay? Now each of the students, there also we have to use the word is only, that's all. Each of the students is, because half expression have to be not taken into consideration. Very good question.
Okay, sir.
Half expression cannot be taken into agreement, students, like now. So each of the students is only we have to say, okay? Very good. Right, now let me just move on to that. Nistala. Chaitanya.
So my doubt is from the previous topic, sir.
Yeah.
Where you said my brother, that is a doctor, is now living in America. What about this sentence, sir? That brother who is a doctor is now living in America. Is this sentence wrong?
That brother who is
a doctor is now living in America, or is living in America.
Okay. Supposing like you have to mention, because that means I definitely will ask you who is that. You have to mention that previous, like my brother, something like that. Okay. Let me just know that brother. Instead of saying what, that brother
who is a doctor is now living in America.
That brother who is a doctor lives in America.
Yeah.
What we call it as like that who now. Why? There are two conjunctions here now. Double conjunctions are not permitted now, because there are only two sentences here now.
Okay.
You are using two conjunctions. Who is also conjunctions and that is also conjunction then. Not necessary, please.
Okay, sir. Okay. Got it.
Only one conjunction you have to use. Either you use the word that or you use the word who to join two sentences. Okay, but
okay, sir.
Right, very good. Anil.
Hello, sir.
Tell me better.
Sir, I don't have any doubt regarding this, but I have small clarification.
Tell me better.
Just now I found in OTS platform, tomorrow onwards there is no schedule, sir.
Tomorrow onwards there is no schedule. There will be schedule definitely. They will give you maybe after the session, like, and I have requested them, I need maybe 3 or 4 more hours I need extra, because I'm unable to what we call it as like even today. So definitely they will arrange it. Okay. Or I don't know the schedule. I know they have not intimated me anything. Like if they have not intimated me, it means definitely there will be class tomorrow. Okay, Vede? Is it
Okay, sir.
tomorrow
Thank
holiday?
you, sir.
Have they declared it any holiday like that? No, nothing like that. Right?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, it's right, Vede. Right, Ade. Yugashri,
So,
tell me.
each student did their best and each of the student is best.
Each, just wait now, because I'm coming back now. The same question was raised by one of your friends, and I'll tell you the meaning of each. Can you just wait? Just next chapter is subject verb agreement only. We are coming to that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, it is showing the schedule, sir, tomorrow also.
Showing the schedule. Then
Yes,
Anil, so schedule is there. It seems better. Please kindly go through that. Don't sleep off to again. Right. Imtiaz,
Sir,
tell me better.
sir, instead of each student, we can say most of students did his or their best.
What is that?
Most of students.
You use the expression most of the students. If you want to use the, I have already given the other one. Most of the students also, no problem. There is an expression there.
Means most of students, most is maybe singular, maybe plural, no, sir.
No, there we have to use the word plural. Most of the students are.
Because students are countable nouns.
Yes, countable noun. And the expression most is plural. It takes plural place.
Okay,
much. Suppose much of the. Much is uncountable. Much of the. Then in that sense, we have to take it as singular. Much is uncountable. Most is countable.
Much is uncountable.
Right. Good.
Okay.
Srikanth.
Sir, none singular, none of the students.
Both it is. None expression is both singular and plural, but that depends on whether you take
Usage.
it following expression countable or uncountable. Accordingly, we have to use.
Okay, sir. One more. Can you go to previous page? The number of students, the collective. Can we take it as collective?
That's what. Take it as a collective now. The number of students is the number and then a specific something like. So we can take it as a pooling together or collective. Yes, we can take it.
Collective తీసుకుంటే మనం like అని చెప్పాలి కదా సార్ అప్పుడు.
ఎట్లా? Collective.
They like mathematics.
One unit కదా నాన్న. One unit అనేది సింగులరే కదా ఎప్పుడైనా. So likes అనేది singular verb there.
Okay, got it.
Likes is singular కదా.
Got it. Right. Thank you.
Right, better. Right, very good. So I'll just come back to you also, some of the doubts also now. Now the last bit of this one, the pronoun agreement chapter, which is very important, students. Now we will go with the pronoun agreement. Yes, I can finish it up today. Pronoun agreement. Pronoun agreement. As we have something like subject verb agreement, there's a chapter what we call it as a pronoun agreement, students. Like, okay, pronoun. So here we go, pronoun agreement. Like in other words, I'll also express the word subject verb agreement also. Subject verb agreement. Number 1. There are 6 bits in this. Let me finish with the 6 bits students now. Here we go. For example, Rama is a kind boy. Let me just address this one there. Rama is a kind boy. He, they, we, you, he, she, it. I. Okay, Rama is a kind boy. Okay, let us see now. Hasya have lent his, their, or your, his, her, its, my. Bicycle to Govind. Just look at this expression, please. Rama is a kind boy. This is a pronoun agreement, students, like now. So the rule of the grammar says, when a pronoun refers back to noun, when a pronoun referring back to what we call it as the noun, students, like, this is subject, no doubt, and this is noun here now. So when a pronoun refers back to noun, what kind of a pronoun it should be? In other words, in simple words, like. So when a pronoun refers back to its antecedent, the pronoun should be of the same gender, same number, and same person. Okay, try to understand this one, please. When a pronoun refers back to the antecedent, the pronoun should be that of the same gender, same number, same person. Now, sometimes what happens, your antecedent is here and the pronoun will be somewhere else, and there are many nouns coming between, so that there is an ambiguity and there is a confusion. So to remove that confusion, it should be of the same gender, same number, and same what we call it as a person, like. So here we go. So number, let me just call it as students, like now. So gender of Ram is what? Masculine. Number is what? Singular. Person is what? Third person. Okay, you got this one now. That's all. So Rama is a kind boy. Gender is male. Singular and third person. So can I take the word they there? No, you cannot take, because it is singular. I can eliminate they. Okay. Gender is male. Singular. Third person. Third person means first person, how it is possible. Second person, how it is possible. Okay, he is both the times I have written. Now it's okay. I'll eliminate this one also, students, like now here. I'll just scrape it off this one. Okay, right? Since it is masculine gender, can it be feminine gender? No. Can it be neuter gender? No. Since it is third person, can it be first person? No. Then what you are left is he. Rama is a kind boy. He. So now this is the subject of the next sentence. Now you are no subject. Now, what is your subject now? Singular. It also has to match singular. So your pronoun also should be singular. So therefore, this is singular, no doubt. And the next sentence pronoun, so the verb also should be singular. Therefore, it cannot be have. Has. Lent. Now again, the pronoun is referring back now to the antecedent now. It cannot be there. It cannot be our. It cannot be your. It cannot be her. It cannot be its. It cannot be my, because of masculine singular and third person singular is his. So therefore, Rama is a kind boy. He has lent his bicycle to Govind. Agreement, students, like now. It can be pronoun agreement. It can be verb agreement. Able to understand now? So sometimes we take care of such kind of expressions now. Agreement, students, like now. Referring back to the antecedent now. Number 2, please. Number 2. Number 2. Rama and Hari. Rama and Hari works hard. They, we, you are praised by their or your teacher. Now look at these students again now. So the subject has to be first of all worked out, students. Now Rama is a singular joined by and Hari is a singular is equal to singular plus singular is equal to plural. The subject is a plural. So your verb also should be plural, so it cannot be works. So the subject is singular. That's what. First of all, always identify whether the subject is singular or plural now. Then only your verb agreement and your pronoun agreement now. So what is the rule, students? Like when two or more nouns, if you can easily understand that. When two or more nouns are joined by and expression. When two or more nouns are joined by and expression, the pronoun that refers should be what? That is how the same thing like. Then again here same gender, same number, and same what we call it as the number. Now the previous one, what did I say? Gender, number, and what we call it as the person also now. So both our genders are masculine genders here now, that has to refer them. Then again number is a plural here now. And the person is a third person, students, like now. Third person now. So therefore plural now. So therefore all are plural here now. We and you and they. But we are not talking about first person. We are not talking about second person now. So therefore they. So what is they now? Here now plural. So your verb also will be plural definitely. So Rama and Hari work hard. They are praised by not our teacher, not your teacher, by their teacher now. So looking into gender, masculine, number plural, then again person is third person, students. So when two or more nouns are joined by and, the pronoun that refers should be and must be plural. That is what exactly I want to say now, right? Very good now. Now next we move on to the third one, students, like now one of the most important ones that has been tested in GATE now. Let me see that one also now, right? The secretary and treasurer. The secretary and treasurer RER is ya are negligent of his their duty. Work out, students, now very carefully now. Come on, let us see now. Earlier, singular plus singular is equal to plural. Very easy. Secretary is a singular, joined by and, treasurer is a singular, is equal to what? First you decide this one. Joined by and again now. Yes, joined by and now. So singular plus singular is equal to singular only. Your verb also should be singular. So therefore it cannot be. And the pronoun that refers also should be and must be singular. Therefore this cannot be there. So here the secretary and treasurer is negligent of his duty. So secretary and treasurer is negligent of his or her duty. But look at this one now. When two or more singular nouns are joined by and, the pronoun that refers to should be and must be plural. But why here when two or more nouns like secretary is there, treasurer is there, when the pronoun is referring back to its antecedent, it is singular. Why not it is plural? A simple reason, students, like let me tell you. Here the concept is very simple. The secretary and treasurer both are only one place. Both are one. The secretary and treasurer both are doing the same work like now. Both are one. He is secretary at the same time he is treasurer also. Can't a person take two posts? Yes. Our politicians takes 5 posts also. As though that there is no other guy in India. How do we know that both are what we call it as like one person? There is a article the here now, which means this article the is trying to say the secretary hai or treasurer bhi hai, both are one person. But if you want to say that both secretary and treasurer are different, then definitely verb also will be plural and the pronoun also will be plural. But how do we know? You have to introduce here article the here now. The secretary and the treasurer, which means I understand that both are different people. But earlier there was only one guy, Mohan. But now we have Mohan, at the same time we have Sohan now. How do we know that both are different people? Depends on the article the, students like. So article the will intimate us, tell us that both these people are different students now. So in English, there are a lot of expression, students, like they take one unit and one, sometimes like one unit and one thought. So what are those expressions, like something like one unit or one thought? There are two nouns, but they take as a singular verb itself. Like, so what are those? Very quickly, come on, let us see, students, now. Sometimes we use an expression like something like bread and butter. Bread and butter we say. Sometimes honor and glory. Honor and glory. Law and order. Bacon and eggs. The horse and cart. Fish and chips. So if you work out as a singular and plural, students, like now bread is a singular joined by and butter is a singular is equal to what we call it as like singular. They're all what we call it as a singular itself. Honor, singular noun joined by glory, singular is equal to singular itself. Singular joined by and singular is equal to singular itself. Bacon, singular plus joined by eggs, singular is equal to singular. The horse, singular plus cart, singular is equal to singular. Singular plus singular is equal to again like singular. But the rule is singular plus singular is equal to, general rule is what now? General rule is singular plus singular is equal to plural now. This is what said now. Singular plus singular is equal to plural. But here singular plus singular is equal to singular itself. Why? The simple reason is what we call it as, students, like now it is a singular in expressions, like because singular. Because we are trying to talk about what we call it as like. So supposing I have to use the word, I will be using the word is. Bread and butter is, we have taken as one unit. Honor and glory is. Law and order is. Bacon and eggs is. Fish and chips is, we have to say, because I have taken it as one unit. But the same thing can be taken as a separate units also. I'll come back to that one also, students, like how sometimes separate units have been taken into consideration, like sometimes they're taken as separate units. So I'll just go with some example, students, like so that you will understand it better. So don't you say sometimes maybe what we call it as like, right? Let us see. Such expressions like maybe let me take it as the same page, like the rise and fall of the tide. The rise and fall of the tide is here are due to lunar influence, we say sometimes like due to lunar influence. You see here the expression, students, like the rise is a singular and plus joined by fall is singular is equal to singular itself, like. So therefore here verb should be singular. So the rise and fall of the tide is due to lunar influence. Sometimes we say expressions like slow and steady. Slow and steady win ya wins. As we have already seen that expression again, students, like slow is singular, joined by and, steady is singular, is equal to singular. So therefore your verb also should be singular. It cannot be win. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race, we say, students, like. But an expression something like a time. Time and tide. Wait ya waits for none. Here there is some slight one because time is singular, joined by and tide is singular, is equal to plural, please. Time and tide both are different expressions, and therefore your verb also should be plural. So time and tide wait for none, we say time and tide wait for none, students. So if it is of one thought, sometimes take care. Ramesh, I'll come back afterwards to you. Let me finish up. There are 2-3 more students. Like once I finish that, then you can ask me a lot of questions. Like, so that is how one has to work out and check and see how this one thought, students, like honor and glory is. So don't worry about that. And sometimes the sentence decides whether to be activated as singular, whether to be activated as a plural, right? Here we go with the number 4. Right. Number 4, students, like just now I told you about that one now. Each sailor. So what is the rule of this one, students? Now when 2 or more nouns joined by and refer back to the same person or same thing. So referring back to this, maybe let me write down so that you will understand here now. Same person, otherwise we forget about it. Same person or same thing. The pronoun that refers to should be and must be singular. The idea when 2 or more nouns are joined by and referring to the same person or a thing, the pronoun that refers to should be and must be singular, students, like, right? Each sailor and every soldier was ever in his in their place. Each sailor and every soldier was were in his in their place. Students, now pay attention. Lot of attention is necessary to this one now. Sailor is a singular noun joined by and, soldier is a singular, is equal to, again now singular noun is equal to singular itself. It is also singular itself, and a verb also should be singular, so therefore it cannot be were. Each sailor and every soldier was in his their place, now again singular, to maintain the decorum of the sentence now. So the expressions like, now what is the rule here now? When 2 or more nouns are joined by and, no doubt joined by and, sailor, soldier joined by and preceded by expressions like each, every, the pronoun that refers to should be and must be always singular itself. Singular itself. So that is how we have to express, students, like now. Now just let me throw some light on the expressions like what is exactly the word meaning of each and what is the meaning of every. I'll just try to throw some light this one differences, students, like. Generally the expression each does the work of an adjective, at the same time it does the work of a pronoun, students. It does the work of, and every generally does the work of was adjective. It does the work of what we call it as adjective, students, like, right? So that is how sometimes it does the work of adjective, at the same time it does the work of pronoun also, because it is a pronoun. No? So what is the meaning of the word each here? That is what we have to understand now, each. So Each, the meaning is, students, like now referring to individuals, each referring to what we call it as individuals. That is what we say sometimes, like, right? So expressions like, why again, students, like now each sailor and every soldier, like, right? We are talking about one person, one thing, one at a time. That is again, understand this. We are talking about one person, one thing, one at a time. That is the meaning. Like, we are talking about one person, one thing, one at a time. One at a time means it is singular only, students. It cannot be plural. Na? We are talking about one at a time. So it cannot be plural then. Right? So that is how the meaning that's. So how expressions can be written as, students, like now. You can write an expression. Just now I told you, students, like each one. People usually write each one. But I say grammatically this is wrong. Because each itself means one. Then why again one? Redundancy. But some dictionaries do mention that, like Collins Dictionary mentions each one, plant one. Then such a situation, so then we are emphasizing the expression, that's all. Otherwise, grammatically, that is wrong, students, like now. Each one is wrong. But we can say every one, we can say, students, like now. Now, if one is noun, then automatically everyone should be adjective, like, see. So everyone expression is accepted. So there is no harm with what we call it as, like, right, students, now, right? Each one. Now, sometimes we can say expressions like this. Each of you. Or we can say each of all. Expressions are possible, like. Expressions like each and every is also wrong, students, like each and every also is wrong. So each and every one. Each and every one is this redundancy, actually. We should not use each and every one. People frequently find using the word each and every one, each and every one. What is each and every one? Redundancy, unnecessary repetition of words. So expressions we can say like this. Each student is here, or if you ask me, definitely student is a singular and each is also singular, students, like. So therefore each student is only we have to say. Expressions like this also it's possible, like each of the students is here, are. So don't get confused with the expression like students are there. No, this is an of expression. So since each is a singular, your verb also should be singular only. So therefore it cannot be. Yes, each of the students is, we have to say. Right, students? Now, which of the students is now? We can say here every student is possible. Every student, we can say, students, like every student is, we have to say. There is no problem with that. Every student is. Don't say every student are now. So we can say like this, everyone. Every one of the students. So every one of the students, if you say is ya are, again is only. So take care of these expressions with is and are, students, like now, right? That is how we need to understand about that one, students, like now, right? Now, what is the meaning of each and what is the meaning of what we call it as, students, like now? Each, every. So the simple meaning is each emphasizes individuals in a group. Every emphasizes group itself. Are you able to understand, students, now? Parent Kumar, I'm coming back to the. Let me just finish it up this one better. Let me finish it up today. So that there are two more. Let me wind up. Let me finish it up. That once I finish that, then it's over today. Chapter like. So each and what we call it as every student emphasizes individuals in a group and emphasizes group itself. That is the difference. Suppose there are maybe what we call it as like maybe just give an example. There are 20 soldiers and 20 weapons. Let me call it as. I just want to count and see whether 20 soldiers are present there, or what we call it as like maybe some guns are missing. I ask the students to stand in a line and I start counting them like. I said, soldiers, attention. No, they're all in attention position, and then I started counting like 2, 3, 5, 30. Sorry, that's never is 20. So therefore I say 19, 20. So there are 20 soldiers. I also want to count and see whether there are 20 soldiers carrying weapon in their hand or not. So then again I ask soldiers, attention, place your weapons in front of you. Now right. Yes, sir. Now they have placed weapons. Now I started counting now. 1, 5, 6, 7, 20. So there are 20 soldiers and 20 weapons in them. Now, which statement should I make here now? Should I say each soldier had a weapon? Or every soldier had a weapon? Now look at this expression. You have seen my counting like. Should I use the word each soldier had a weapon or every soldier had a weapon? Now to you, sir, हमें तो सब चीज एक ही है. Now to you, you will tell me, sir, everything is okay. Like no. Now here, you have to use the expression every soldier now because group को मैंने थोड़ा सा group जैसे लेके मैंने count कर लिया मैंने. So every soldier had a weapon. That is what the expression. Now, but when do you say each now? Supposing the same thing again now. Soldiers, attention. Now I started counting now. For example, like number 1, yes sir. Very good. Where is your weapon man? Sir, here it is. All right. Number 2, yes sir. Where is your weapon man? Sir, I'm trying to check it now. Very good. Sir, check it properly. Number 3, yes sir. Very good. Tie your button properly, man. Yes sir. Very good. Number 5, yes sir. Tie your lace properly. Right sir. Yes sir. If I count like that up to 20, then I have to express the expression. Each soldier had a weapon. Why? The emphasis was on individuals like 1, 2, 3, 4. But in my first counting, what did I take it? I just took it as a 3 or 1, said like that. I have taken it as a group there. So there is a difference. Each means individuals. And every means sometimes we have to use the expression what students like. Every emphasizes the group itself now. So take care of this expression now, right? So the expression each can be activated in the subject place. At the same time, it can be also be activated in the object place also. Students like now, right? But generally we have seen in the subject place, there is no problem. But sometimes, like for example, this expression, let us see. All the children. All the children have been given. All the children have been given rupees 100 each. So sometimes when you are ending a sentence with each students like end, it has to be preceded by some numeral. That is the rule, please. When you are ending the word each, it has to be preceded by something what we call it as the number. Students like now. Are you able to understand now? Right. So these expressions like each, every, take care, whether singular verb has to be used or plural verb has to be used. That is how one has to look into them, students now. Very good. Now just let me go with the last 2 expressions like. So with that we can wind up the pronoun chapter, students like number 5. Very easy chapter. Let me finish it up. That one also, students like. Very good. Now just a few minutes I can wind up this bit. right? So let me just go with the students now. Fifth one now, very quickly. Rama or Hari must lend his, their hand. Okay, right. Either Sita or Amina forgot to take his, her bag. Either Sita or Amina forgot to take his, her bag. Neither Abdul nor Karim has, have done his, their duty. So let me just go with students now. So far, we have seen an expression, what we call it as now and expression, we have seen there, and now we are trying to see the word expression like either or neither. Very good, students. Now come on, let us see now the expression like very quickly. Rama is a singular noun joined by expression or is a conjunction. Hari is also singular noun is equal to what now? The confusion now. So Rama or Hari, singular plus singular is equal to singular itself. That's all. Either are expressions also singular itself now. So which means your pronoun that referring also should be and must be singular. Therefore, this cannot be. So what is the rule now? When two or more nouns joined by either or neither nor, the pronoun that refers should be and must be singular always. When two or more nouns joined by either or neither nor, the pronoun that refers should be and must be what? Should be and must be what, students, like now, right? Yeah, it should be and must be singular itself. It should be singular itself now, right? Either Sita singular joined by or either, that is joined by either or plus mark. Amina is a singular is equal to singular plus singular is equal to singular. A verb pronoun that refers also should be and must be now. But at the same time, students, like now, I have just written now his, her, let me put it as their bag also now. Which one will be right now? There, THEIR now. Anyway, this cannot be plural, so therefore we will eliminate that. But either Sita or Amina forgot to take what we call it as like his bag, her bag, because both are feminine gender, mass, feminine. So therefore we have to activate her, but it cannot be his. Either Sita or Amina forgot to take her bag, we say, right? Very good, students. Neither Abdul now, singular noun, joined by neither nor, singular noun. Karim is a singular noun is equal to what, students, like now singular plus singular is equal to singular noun. And the verb also should be and must be singular noun. And the pronoun that is relating also should be and must be singular. So take care, please. Neither Abdul nor Karim has. We have to say that expression is what we call it as a has expression now, right? So therefore, we have to use or activate has the students now. And the last one of this one now, sixth one, let us see. Sixth one, students. Either the manager or his assistants. Either the manager or his assistants failed in his, in their duty, what we call it as, like, come on, let us see now. Either he, I'll just take it one more. Or I is am, are to do the duty. Right, students. Either he is to do the duty or I am. Okay, very good. Now, come on, let us see. Just this one. I'll just finish it up, students. Now, come on, let us see now. Now, either the manager, that is singular, joined by either are expressions and his assistants is plural. Now, what will you do now? When singular and plural, your pronoun also should be and must be plural. So therefore, this cannot be his. It should be and must be there because singular and plural. Either the manager or his assistants fill in their duty, we have to say. Now, right, students, now. So singular and plural will become now. Sometimes what happens, students, like there is a confusion, like either he or I. Okay. So with the generally we use an expression with the he is and I am. So anyway, he or I, which means like it is singular only. So we'll eliminate our place. And here try to be reminded now which one, like he is or I am. In such situations, the pronoun which is very close to the verb has to be taken into account. It cannot be now. So therefore, we have to say either he or I am to do the duty. So that which is very close to, okay. And sometimes so such kind of expressions can also be written in different forms, like either he is to do the duty or I am. So in such situations, the same former sentence, or I can say that can be written in this format in order to avoid the ambiguity, in order to avoid the confusion of what the confusion of is, because with the he we have to use the word is, I we have to use the word am now. So either he or I. So I is very near to the verb. So therefore we have to activate in this style, students, like that. Very good. So therefore, the chapter pronoun agreement has been done, students, like now, right? 1 or 2 miscellaneous will be there. That I will try to handle it in my next class. And most of the pronoun chapters, what we call it as students, like very, very important chapter. I want everyone to do that. And tomorrow I'll take up the tenses now. Tenses and verb chapter. I will try to wind up what is important. I'll try to give you from the, because the tense chapter is very, very important. That is mentioned in the guideline. So we will handle with them. So if you have the books, please get ready with the books tomorrow. And sometimes I can even go with the slides also. If there is slide, I'll go with the slides. Or else we'll try to finish it up tomorrow, tenses now. So first of all, the syntax of the tense, then again usage also. Where do we activate? So a given sentence, how do you know? This is in the simple present tense, this is in the present continuous, this is in the present perfect. Why not it is past perfect? All these things have to be taken and talked about. So tomorrow I'll let you know about that one, students. Like now. If you have any doubts so far in these ones, please raise your hands, please. Yes. I think most of the students, it's clear. You don't have any doubts, right? Yes. Nisthala. Chaitanya. Chaitanya, tell me.
A general doubt, sir. Like, are these topics in the ACE material, sir, like for revising and everything?
Yes, it is there. It is there. In the theory book, it is there. But not, as I have explained here, it would not be there. There it is given only whether the sentence is right, if it is right or wrong. That's all. So right sentence and the wrong sentence now. Grammar. I'll refer the books, don't worry. I'll refer once in my last session. I'll refer all, like where do you find the grammar section? Where do you find sentence completion? What is this numbers like? Definitely like. But as I have detailed it, you may not find in that.
Okay.
You find the rule and then again the extra, right or wrong. That's all. Rules have been given. Don't worry. Just now, as I told you, for example, when 2 or more singular nouns are joined by, you can just go There's a theory book. Okay. There's a chapter called grammar now. Yes. I'll refer the page numbers, please. Now, right. Page number 173, it is given there now. So the chapter grammar starts at 170 grammar. See, just now we have seen number 1 now. What is the number 1? Many a expression now. You see, what did I say? Many a phrasing is activated with singular noun and verb to refer a large number of things, each of a large indefinite number. For example, many a man have tried, but few men have succeeded. Now, with many a man, We cannot use it. So there is a wrong expression. And what is the right expression there? Many a man has tried, but few men have succeeded. It's given there. 100 rules I prepared. 100 rules from all the switch now. And from this 100 rules only, you get questions. Don't even think of the other expressions like. Second one now, if the subject is the number of a singular verb is activated to refer a quantity of people or things. Now it's very clearly given there. And what we have done today, just now, for example, just now we have seen the expression. What is that expression now? 173, 28 number. When two or more singular nouns are joined together by either or, neither nor, and or, the pronoun is singular. Either Peter or John forgot to take their bag. How can you say the word their bag? We have to use the word. Either Peter or John forgot to take his bag. It is there. It is there. But only thing is the singular and all I have not explained in the book, students, like now. Very good now. Right, very good. So next one is Aditya.
Sir, in the fifth example, in second statement, here the both nouns are feminine gender. What if there is one noun masculine and other is feminine? Then
Aditya, your voice is breaking, Aditya.
what about his or her?
Tell me now. What wonderful question you asked me.
Hello, sir.
Tell me now. Your voice was breaking. Yes, tell me now.
Yes, sir. In the fifth example, in second statement.
Yes.
Here both genders are feminine genders, but what if one is masculine and second is feminine?
Very good. Absolute. Wonderful doubt. Either Sita or Amina forgot to take her bag. So far, so good now. What in case if it is like either Mohan or Amina? Then what should be our this one, students, like now? What should we go with that now? Either Mohan or Amina. One is masculine gender, the other one is what we call it as the feminine gender. Grammar says give preference to masculine gender. We have to give masculine gender. Masculine gender has to be activated. If there is feminine and masculine, please give preference to masculine gender. If both are masculine only. If both are feminine only. But in case if you find masculine and feminine gender, please give preference to masculine gender. Is it okay, Aditya?
Yes, sir. Okay, fine.
Right, very good. Yogashri?
Sir?
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, either and neither and same meaning, sir?
Either or, they are actually synonyms Synonyms and meaning okate. But sometimes you see first for Rama or Hari must. Right? But we can also say either the manager or what we call it as like. Both are one and the same only, students like.
But either eppadi use chestam
Ekkada either neither. Either just now either or means like two people lo nunchi ఒకరిని నువ్వు choose చేసినప్పుడు either or అంటాం.
Okay, sir.
ఎవరైనా ఒకరు. Neither ఈ nor అంటే ఇద్దరు లేరు. None of them.
Okay.
Both are negatives actually. Negative expressions. Neither. Right? Okay, you see. Right, good.
Okay, sir. Sir, ఇప్పుడు either లో కానీ neither లో కానీ తర్వాతకి నేమ్ అనేది ఒక అమ్మాయి పేరు కానీ అబ్బాయి పేరు కానీ పెట్టినప్పుడు అప్పుడు మనము హిజ్ అని తీసుకోవాలా హర్ అని తీసుకుంటామా
సార్? masculine వస్తే masculine, feminine. In case you find just now your friend asked masculine and feminine, give preference to masculine gender.
Okay.
Okay, na? Suppose you just now mentioned either Mohan or Sita forgot to take his bag and chapala.
Okay.
Right. Sarthak?
Yes, sir. I'm audible.
Yeah, right, beta. Tell me, beta.
Sir, in page number 110.
110 now. Tell me, beta.
Can you switch to?
Yeah. Tell me, please. 110, yeah.
Sir, screen has not updated for some reason.
110 is what? Page number 110.
Not on the book, I mean. I mean the slide.
110 slide.
Okay.
Okay, okay, let me just see that.
Okay.
104, 105, 107, 109. Okay, 110.
So, sir, this sailor, like each and every, like counting, you said that individual counting will result in using of each. And when counted as a group or a like collectively,
take it as the expression every. Yes.
So, but sir, in this case, so like where was that? Just a second. Sir, at times what we use is each and every. Like you said, it is redundant, right? But is it wrong just in case of British English or like Brit English, or is it
British English?
Okay, but is it valid in, like, say, American English?
Yes, people use that.
Sir, like there are many.
But we also have expressions like we also have spoken. It is permitted, like each one plant one. Have you not heard that expressions?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is in English terminology. We call each itself means one. Individuals, no? So one again is one. So why again? So that's what I have used the word that to emphasize. Generally, people activate this word, but there are certain dictionaries like Collins Dictionary uses each one expression. Oxford doesn't use, but people do use to emphasize that it is redundancy. So what are the redundant words like? They are basic fundamentals. Basic itself means fundamental. They are fundamentals, we have to say. He made a blunder mistake.
There is a mistake.
He made a mistake, that's all. He made a blunder, that's all. Why blunder mistake again? We are making one more blunder there.
Yeah. Okay, and sir, the last 112 slide.
112.
Where we were on either or. Sir, what is, like, even there is a like construct like either of, you can say, like either of X and Y, or
Either of the students is only, we have to say. Is only, singular only.
So that is similar to this.
Singular. We have to use singular. Of expression should not be taken into consideration.
Okay, sir.
Right, Bida? Right, very good.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right. There is one more student, like, I'll just go with them. Imtiaz.
Sir.
Tell me, Bida.
Sir, in the secretary and treasurer is there, no, sir?
Yes.
If you say only secretary and treasurer, can you come in the one unit?
You have to use the expression the.
If you use a secretary and treasurer at the time, can we use is or are, sir?
Suppose you say a secretary, a treasurer, both are different again there also.
Singular.
But both are different, but we don't know who. A secretary is which secretary? I don't know anyone. Some of the secretaries. One.
At the time, which we use, sir? Is or are?
Supposing if you say a secretary and a treasurer, both are different people, so we have to use are there.
Okay, sir.
The only thing is that when you are using the word the, it is definite. If you use the word a, indefinite, that's all. That is any meaning changes, that's all.
Sir, how can we identify that one unit, one third?
One unit means like when there is an article, only one article referring to two people, the secretary and the treasurer, which means it's only one. One person has taken two positions.
Yes, sir.
But if you use the word the secretary and the treasurer, which means both are different there.
Yes, sir.
If you say a secretary and a treasurer, both are different people.
Okay.
Meaning changes.
Okay. Sir, how can we identify that bread and butter
there are 5, 6, 7. Is there another?
Yes,
More than if you
tomorrow
can.
I'll come back to that exercise.
Okay, sir.
I don't have the time like that. Sometimes, yes. Okay, do you have the book in front of you? I'll just maybe if you have the book in front of you, we can take up 1 or 2. Exercise like exercise book. It is there. In the exercise book, it is there. Just to make you understand. Exercise book, page number, subject verb agreement. If you come to subject verb agreement, there is sometimes we can easily understand like. If you have looked at the word, page number 142, exercise book, please.
Yes, sir.
Those students who have that now. 14th question, fish and chips is Yahar his favorite breakfast. There it is very clearly understood, fish and chips is his favorite breakfast. But you see 15th one, fish and chips is are both expensive. Very clearly has given the word both now, which means they both are individuals there. Fish and chips are both expensive, we should say.
Okay, sir.
Right? It's clearly given, like sometimes what we have to understand is that, right? Okay. Tomorrow I'll take this exercise. Tomorrow I'll take the exercise, please. Okay. One has to do that 1-9 questions. Otherwise, you will miss that chapter, please. And expect questions from that subject verb agreement itself. And most of the years I found that. Okay, right. Jayalakshmi?
Sir, small doubt there.
Tell me now.
Please correct me if I'm wrong. Either Sita or Rama forgot one of their bag. Is that correct, sir?
One of
their bag.
Tell me that again, like Sita.
Either Sita or
Either
Rama,
Sita or Rama
forgot one of their bag.
One of their bags.
Okay, sorry, bags. One of their bags. Is that correct?
But again, one of their, and see, when you are using the word one of my friend, another one of my friends. So one of their bags now. Okay, fine. Here you have to use the word not one of their, we have to use one of his bags and chapter Babu.
One of his bags.
Okay. I told you, give preference to masculine gender. One of his bags, you should say.
Okay, sir. And one more thing, a secretary and treasurer. Can we use like that?
Supposing you say the word a secretary and a treasurer, that is singular imalla.
Yes, sir. That is singular. But in place of the, we can use a secretary and treasurer.
There is no harm with that. Only thing is the meaning is a secretary and yodo. We don't know.
Yes.
Now, with the moment I use the word the secretary, means I understand from this department or that particular department. I understand.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Both are right. Right. Expressions are absolutely right.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Right. Right, students. So we'll meet again in my next class. Right. Wonderful. So yeah. So tomorrow we'll start with the chapter tenses now. So one day, like, one day tenses. Then next day, then prepositions, then right. So something of that sort, then articles, like that's all. That's 4 days we can wind up these ones, like, and then last class I would like to take a reading comprehension and sequence of sentences, like, right. Okay, welcome. Right. Everybody.